r/AntiWork. 6. Your staff looks unprofessional. I just had a meeting with our regional director. Things were going well until I asked for my annual review. Afterward she said your staff look unprofessional. Is there a reason they aren't wearing their uniforms? Why yes there is, because they have to buy them. Well they're only $10. Yes, and we're the lowest paid department here. It takes more than an hour of work for them to buy a uniform. I wouldn't buy one either. Well, your staff looks unprofessional. My staff will continue to look unprofessional, and I'm not going to ask them to spend their money on company clothes. Job type, full-time. Salary, $8.50 an hour. Experience, exotic animal, 1 year, preferred. You will be responsible for the husbandry and care of a large variety of species, including lemurs, antelope, camels, and more. Duties also include habitat maintenance and repair, mowing, weed eating, etc. You will also be responsible for doing safari tours and animal encounters. Willing to assist in answering phone calls and assisting guests in making reservations in a polite and professional manner. Required experience/skills. Bachelor's degree in biology or related field preferred. At least 3 to 6 months of exotic animal experience, preferably in a zoo setting. Must be able to work 45 hours per week. Must be able to work weekends and holidays, and have a flexible schedule. Able to work outside in all weather conditions. Strong observational skills. Able to lift minimum 50 pounds and run a 10-minute mile. Must have strong verbal skills and be comfortable speaking in front of large groups. Able to safely work around large and small animals. You'll screamed at customer service workers to quit if they don't like their wages. Now you're pissed it takes 45 minutes to get your food made in a restaurant, and Starbucks closing at 7 p.m. My boss exploded. After the third person quit in a span of 2 weeks due to overwork and short-staffed issues, he slammed his office door and told us to gather around. He went in the most boomerific rant possible. I can only paraphrase. Well, Mike is out. Great. Just goes to show nobody wants to actually get off their ass and work these days. Life isn't easy, and people like him need to understand that. He wanted weekends off, knowing damn well we are understaffed. He claimed it was family issues or whatever. I don't believe the guy. Just hire a sitter. Thanks for everything you all do. You guys are the only hope of this generation. We all looked around, and another guy quit 2 hours later. For those who are uninformed, we aren't trying to not pay our student loans. The real issue is we don't want to pay on a loan that cannot be paid off, because the interest makes it impossible. There are folks who have paid off their principal loan amount, and somehow their remaining total loan balance owed is still more money than they ever originally borrowed. My loans have $500 in interest accruing every month. 500 extra, new dollars, every month. So my student loan balance doesn't decrease, never, ever. It is a mathematical certainty that the total loan balance owed will increase every single month. So, for those of you who don't have them or have paid yours off, please know this issue is not about shirking responsibility. It's about the interest keeping us in handcuffs, long after the principal has been taken care of. That is the injustice. Since the CDC says a 10-day lockdown would tank the economy, it stands to reason that if US labor went on general strike for 9 days, we could demand anything we wanted. Amazon is again not allowing associates to leave the facility during a tornado warning. I work at an Amazon facility in Houston. We are currently under a tornado warning. I am clocked out. As I'm leaving, security tells me that I can't leave. I asked the security guard, so, even though I'm not on the clock, and not being paid, you guys still somehow have authority to hold people hostage in a possible death trap. He responded, kindly and professionally, no sir, I'm sorry, that's the order I've been given. Someone please tell me this is illegal. Update, right now I'm just patiently trying to wait out the next 30 minutes of this warning. Because I really just don't want to go through the hassle of them possibly writing me up, or even firing me for leaving. I know we are not protected as workers, and I don't have the money to look for another job, etc. I'm on the verge of being homeless, and the last thing I need is to lose my job, have no income, and then try to fight my termination, all while trying to find a new job with no phone, an expired ID, and no car. Update 2. Clock struck 5 PM and I decided fuck it, life's a risk, and just walked out. Obviously there were a few sir you can't leave. So be it. If I get written up, fired or whatever, I'll just take it. I don't like feeling like furniture. I don't like my employer telling me what I can and can't do on my own personal time/life. Thanks to everyone for giving me the strength to be a rebel. Put in my 2 weeks notice. Supervisor switched up my schedule so I work every day until my last day, and by myself, with no days off until then. See title, put in my 2 weeks notice, and after some half-hearted attempts to make me stay, they've decided to punish me for leaving their company, it feels like. I'm not one to shy from more work and overtime, but this is ridiculous. I have my normal days off, and I have things planned on those days because I work swings, and a lot of times mixed swing and graveyard, and I usually sleep during my work days if I'm not working. I looked at my new schedule, and I'm working 8 or 12-hour shifts every day until my last day, with no days off until then. I questioned my supervisor about this, and he texted me that there are no normal days off, and he tries to keep it consistent but he couldn't this time. He told me this schedule is because of me terminating my employment. He then texted me and said if I shred my 2-week notice and stay with the company, he will give me my normal days off again. I'm straight up thinking of just quitting at this point. Fuck making it to the 2-week mark. Rant over. I quit today, thanks r/AntiWork. I'm an older chap. Probably older than most of you around here. I used to think this sub was a bunch of commies and lefties. As I read more and more of your posts, I started to rethink my situation at my job. I had been there years and couldn't move anywhere. I tried it all. I had good reviews but I just couldn't move. And they wanted it that way. I did a lot of interviews, and at least 3 times I found out the new guy was younger. It has happened to a lot of other people there as well. Well, as chance would have it, a few weeks ago I was dicking around Indeed and I looked up a job that had my kind of qualifications, and I came up with a few hits. The first one sounded like actual fun, and it brought a smile to my face. Wouldn't that be crazy? So for the hell of it, I applied to the job as kind of a joke, and 15 minutes later they emailed me for a phone interview. I then went to live interview and the chap understood perfectly my situation, because he came from the same side of the business world as I did. When they offered me 25% more than I was making, my jaw almost dropped. So yes, today I quit my old going nowhere job. I owe it all to you guys. And yes, I was wrong. I don't think you're all a bunch of commie lefties anymore. You are all just people trying to better yourselves and not be made slaves. Don't get stuck in a job that you like, but get nowhere. What a great way to start the year. Blessings to you all. This is the way. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you want to see more like it. Comment below if you know any subreddits that you would like featured on the channel. See you in the next video, fellow Roma.